Hello everybody, it is the Amazing Gaming Guy here, and welcome to a special requested video. This is a tutorial on how to use World Edit in the way that I use World Edit. I don't know if that's different to the way other people use World Edit, but it's the way I do it, so let's get right into it. There's a few things you need to learn to get started with World Edit. The first of which is how to get the wand. The wand is the most important tool in World Edit. It allows you to place one point and then a second point, and then you can manipulate things within those 2 points. So to get the wand, you have to go into the command bar and type / wand, and there we go. It gives us a wand. And then with this wand you can left click a point and you can right click a point, and then you can do things within those 2 points using the World Edit command. So let's get into the most simple command, and that is / set, and then the block you want to set between those 2 points. So I want to set an area of stone. There we go. What happens if you think, oh, I don't like that stone, I wish it was grass again? Well, you can go / undo. Hey, and it's gone, but now I miss it. I wish I had that stone back. / redo. Ta-da! Very, very simple. Those are the most basic commands that you need to know. Okay, then let's get into some terraforming. The most important tool when you're doing terraforming is to use the brush tool. Now, for the brush tool, I like to actually pick a tool from the inventory screen, and then with that tool selected, I go into the command bar and I type /brush. That enables the brush tool, and then we have to set what we want that brush tool to do. So I'm going to do /brush sphere. That will make it spheres of blocks, and then you set what type of block. So I'm going to click stone, and then we have to set how big we want it, and I want it to have a radius of 2. Ta-da! Now I have a brush tool. Oh, created it inside me. Yeah, I have a brush tool that creates spheres with a radius of 2, so it has a diameter of 4, and there we go. It's just you just right click to place these spheres onto the ground, and that's a really good way to build up the ground. So what I'm doing here is just making a little hill, just using the spheres on the brush tool. Now, when you've got your little hill, you've built up your little structure, you need to make it look more realistic, because it looks a little bit rubbish at the moment. So the best way to do that is to grab another tool from the inventory screen, and this time you go and you do /brush and then smooth. And this means that this tool, when you right click it, will smooth out whatever you're looking at. So there we go. I am now smoothing I'm holding right click and I'm smoothing this terrain here. Ta-da! Now we've got our little hill. It's all covered in stone, and what if we want it to be a nice little grassy hill? What we can do is 2 things. The first of which, I don't know how many people use this technique, but it's a favourite of mine. I like to get a different tool again, and I like to type in /brush again, and then cylinder, there we go, sand, and then the radius I'll set that at 2 again, and the height I'll set that at 1. So that is /brush cylinder sand, and then the radius, which is 2, and the height, which is 1. Ta-da! And I like to right click over the terrain with sand, and the reason I use sand is because it falls. It has physics properties. Now what we can do is set 2 points. So I'll set the first point here, and then I'm going to go over here, and to set the second point we could build a nerd pole into the air and then right click the top of that pole, or we can use another command, which is /pos. So that's / position, and then it's the second position. We've already set the first position by left clicking. I set the second position like that, and I'll just set it to daytime as well. So that sets the second position at, it's either the feet or the head of the player. I don't know which one it is, but there you go. So I've now made a selection around the area, and I can do / replace. So replace, you choose a block to replace and what to replace it with. So in this case, I want to replace the sand with grass. There we go. And I've turned all of that sand into grass. And I think, the sand's just a good way of being able to place a layer of grass over things, and it's not gonna be floating or anything. The other way you can do it is with / overlay and then grass. Ta-da! And that would overlay a layer of grass over everything. But of course that lays it, over all the things around what you're trying to overlay in the middle there. So I prefer to do it by sand for smaller areas. If it's a very large area, it's very good to use the overlay tool, because sand is not going to be so useful in such a large area. Okay, now that we got our little hill, we want to make it look even more natural, so we want to put some trees on it. Now we could place saplings and bone meal them, or we could be lazy and use world edit and literally just grab an axe or any sort of tool and type /tree. And it bounds a tree tool to whatever tool you're holding, and then you right click wherever you want to place a tree, like so. Okay, so let's continue our little build here. Why don't we make a lake? Now we could dig this out by hand, by smashing all the blocks, or we could be lazy again and use world edit, because world edit really is the tool of laziness. So I'll grab a new tool. Let's grab another wooden shovel, and then we go and we type /brush again, and then I'm going to use a sphere, and I'm going to make the block that the sphere generates air, so it just deletes blocks, and I'll make the radius 1. And now I can right click like so and create a hole. Okay, now we've dug out our lake and put some sand along the bottom. It's time to fill it up with water. So the command that we can use for this is you go and you stand in the area that you want to fill, and then you type / fill, and then what block you want to fill it with. In this case, water. And then the radius. Now it's only going to fill it up to where you are currently, so let's just set the radius to 30. That'll be more than enough. And then the depth, let's set it to 2. Ta-da! And it's filled up that little space with water. Now I think I want to fill it up a little bit higher than that, so I'll do it to there. Now of course we don't just use world edit tools to terraform, we also use it to make buildings. So let's go ahead and put a little house by the lake. And the best way to do this is actually to start by building a frame. So I'm going to start building the frame out of spruce wood. Okay, so now I've built the framework for the house around the edge. We need to go in and actually put some walls in. Now I like to actually put a lot of depth into the texturing of the wall, as you know if you watched any of the Let's Build videos that I've done. So I'm gonna grab some cobblestone, and I'm gonna go inside the building and put a layer of cobblestone behind there. Okay, now that we've put in a little back layer of that cobblestone, it's time to start filling in the texture for the building. So for this I'm going to use some dark oak wood, some stairs. Let's use dark oak stairs again. Of course some glass. Let's use some glass panes. And let's see where that takes us for now. So let's see, we probably want some windows. Okay, now that we've got this very simple pattern, rather than going around and making it by hand on all the other walls, why don't we just copy the whole design across. Now when you're copying, it's a good idea to well, firstly you want to set the 2 points. So I've set a point on the front here and a point on the back here, so it makes a little rectangle around all of that area. And when you copy, you want to choose a good position to copy from. So I'm going to choose this corner here, and you'll see why I'm doing this in a minute. So I do / copy, because it will paste it from the exact same point. So if I want to make the exact same design over here, I will go to this point here, because I copied it from there, so I want to paste it when standing there. So I'll come over here and / paste, and there we go, it's pasted it to that wall. So that's 2 walls done. What if I want to have it over here? You can't just copy it straight across because it'll be facing the wrong way. So what you've got to do is you've got to go around the other side, and you've got to do / rotate, and that will rotate your clipboard, your saved design, and then you choose how many degrees you want to rotate it by. In this case, 180. And now if I stand here, / paste, it should paste it properly onto there. Okay, now that we've got a very basic house design with a little bit of texture on the walls, it's time to put on a roof. So I always like to do a pattern which has a stair, then a block on top. So let's grab some stairs, and I'm going to use some spruce wood. So I'm going to use spruce and spruce blocks. So I put down a stair, and then I put a block on top, and a stair, and a block on top. And then copy that on the other side, stair, block on top, stair, block, stair, stair, block. There we go. I like to make nice tall roofs like that. Now, to make the process of building a roof much easier, we can again create a selection around this area here. So we just do one instance of this roof design. And then / pos 2, and then we can stand on top of it. And actually we want to count how many of these we want to go across, because what we're going to do is we're going to use a stack command to make a load of these designs go all the way across. So we've got 1 block, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I stand up here, and I've got my selection in my clipboard, and I want to type / stack, and then the number of times I want to stack it. And you've got to look in the direction that you want it to go. So I want it to go this way, / stack 8, ta-da! And it will stack that design in the direction that you want it to go. Finally, I like to make a little end pattern on the edges of the roof, just to give it a little bit more definition. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's just use some cobblestone. So we use that and that. So I like to put a block on every stair, and then build up with stairs above it. So you get this little, this little pattern on the end. So we'll put stair on there, stair on there. And if you're happy with that design, you can go ahead and copy it. And go where you want to copy it to. So that's here. And then paste. And there we go. Nice and quick and simple and easy. And there you have it, a nice little house and a hill and a lake built out of nothing entirely from World Edit, with a little bit of detail added by hand, but it really was mostly a World Edit job. And there's a couple of little things that you can do just to finish off this design, such as varying the height of the roof. So we could make that a little bit taller like that, and then build these bits up like this, and just add a little bit of variety to the the shape of the roof like that. There are so many more commands that you can use. Please just search online. I'm going to link you to a PDF document that helped me with this tutorial in the description, so check that out. If you want a much better tutorial on actually building detail and interest into buildings, check out the linked tutorial on the screen now. So I hope that you've enjoyed this and you find it sort of useful. If you have, please give it a like and comment and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye!